And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now it's Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st down, Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now Locke. Escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
His throw incomplete. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing is Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Miller. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. A beautiful fake. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Locke. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, Locke. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And he's got Rodgers. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chester Rogers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Terry out there to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Reset. Down. Black 22. Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. Staying on his feet. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson on first down. Underneath for Miller. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. This is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cameron Meredith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Love. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And able to find Green. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Luck now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. This is Wilkins. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 17-14. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Back to throw. West is going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Looking to throw. West. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Rodgers brings it in. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Miller. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. West. Oh, and now West lost the football. It's out, and the Colts pick it up. He's at the 40, 30, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gun!
To throw on second down. West, flush to his right. Going up top for Miller. All wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We have been treated to great offense on both sides. The defense is on the other end of the spectrum. They're just searching for answers right now, aren't they?
And for most defenses, it's a very uncomfortable, in a lot of ways, unfamiliar spot because points are going to be scored. But the way we're seeing them today, it's almost like there's no resistance. They've got to figure out how to slow these offenses down. Maybe someone on either side can make a big play and start to wreck and disrupt the timing that we're seeing.
As we get closer to halftime here. Back to throw. Love. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
12.
A shotgun snap for Locke. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Three thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. West. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we've reached halftime, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Rolling. You got 4. One day, 53. Go.
From the gun, here's Love. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And shutting him off, now open field. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Chester Rogers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Looking to throw. West. Flushed out right. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. West going for the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. After the run, Luck going to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Here's Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
And that's the down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Following the fumble recovery, West. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Wilkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll run with Mack. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let it roll, let it roll. Swing up.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Just beating the play clock is Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Luck now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, Luck. Dancing to his left. And he's going to find Doyle in the end zone for a Colts score. Jack Doyle with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry.
First and 10. West. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment. But there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The Colts on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run with Wilkins. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They run again with Wilkins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll run it here with Wilkins. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Luck. He's got his man. That's Wallace. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Matt. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Luck. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And an alley to run. Finding some room at midfield. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, partner, I'm a defender. I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Operating from the gun. West. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Throwing on 3rd and long. West. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Malik Hooker. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Indianapolis, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's going to all but eliminate